Just when they thought things couldn't get any worse, this afternoon, another setback for the more than 4,000 people on board that crippled cruise ship in the Gulf of Mexico. It's slowly inching toward land. As news helicopters hover above the ship, you can see signs of desperation on board. Pleas for help painted on the bed sheets, draped over the balconies. It's already been 4 days of deplorable conditions for passengers. Little food or water, hardly any working toilets. Sewage is running in the halls. Their fear and frustration is coming out in phone calls and texts sent back to loved ones here at home.
Pipes are busting. I know the sewer is backing up and like water is in the cabins, and it's just a nightmare.
He said we're really scared. They look in one side of the ship and all they see is sky. They look on the other side and all they see is water. He said that's how bad it was tilted at one time.
Yeah, the ship is listing, and at one point, one of the ropes broke towing that ship in, and that was a setback. There's a website you can go to see exactly where the vessel is right now. The ship is still a pretty good distance outside of Mobile as it's being towed back. You can take a look at this yourself. We've got a link set up at woodtv.com.
Well, and that ship is now not expected to arrive until midnight. NBC's Jay Gray is outside that terminal. Well, at least 100 family members are gathered anxiously awaiting. What a terrible nightmare, Jay. What are you hearing out there as they wait?
Yeah, Marley, what else can go wrong, right? I mean, we have this tow rope now becoming unsecured. It's fixed and they're moving again. Take a look behind me. You can see at the port. There's been a lot of activity throughout the day, including almost 100 family members, as you talked about. Anxious, tense, frustrated, obviously, as they continue to go through delay after delay. You talked about the ship getting here sometime around midnight, if that's the case, and we don't know that at this point. It's been a long, slow crawl. It will still take 4 to 5 hours for their loved ones to get off of that ship. Only one working elevator, so that's going to be a struggle as well. So this is a process that's going to stretch well into tomorrow, and it's going to be a very, very tough go. Once they're off, they will be reunited with the family members here. Those who don't have family members here will get on a set of chartered buses, either going back to Galveston, where the ship originated from and was supposed to end up on Monday, or New Orleans, where 1,500 rooms are reserved, giving some passengers a chance to kind of decompress, really recharge, get a hot shower, which I'm sure they want and need right now, sleep in a bed with fresh linens, and try and get their senses about them. We now know that Delta has flights that are chartered from New Orleans to Houston and then into Galveston by bus all day tomorrow. So that will be what will be the option for those passengers who decide to go to New Orleans for the night.
Jay, have you heard anything as to why maybe supplies or at least just some food couldn't have gotten to them sooner, or maybe even more food since they've been running out?
Yeah, the problem is first availability of ships to do that, get things out there, and then the rough seas. You heard somebody talking about how much this ship was listing back and forth with no ability to steer or stabilize because of a lack of power. It was just very dangerous. It was a tough assignment to get out there and get any supplies or food to people. They did have a ship go on Friday and deliver some food, but again, the lines, we are told, were from 3.5 to 4.5 hours waiting just for a couple of slices of bread, some onions, and maybe some mayonnaise or mustard. So it's just been brutal for those on board. They can see the shoreline at this point. They just can't get here yet, and that's got to be pretty maddening as well.
And Jay, from what I understand too, this isn't the first time that this specific vessel has had problems.
No, a cruise was delayed for several hours in late January because of a problem with the propulsion system. The same thing they're dealing with now, but different causes according to Carnival. They say at that time it was an electrical problem with an alternator in the engine room. This time there was a fire. Still not clear exactly what sparked that, how it happened, or why. Could it have been prevented? We won't know that until federal investigators get inside. They'll do that immediately after the ship is cleared here, and then we should start to learn some answers to those very important questions.
Jay, thank you so much. I'm sure they're just anxious to get back on land.
Yes. Yeah, thanks, Marlon.